Hello and welcome to the SheerLuxe Show. I'm Charlotte Collins, and joining me on the sofa today are Laura Black, Georgina Blaskey and Polly Sayer. Welcome, ladies. Later in the show, we're going to be bringing you Style Watch, our favourite fashion segment where we debunk the best looks of the month from the red carpet, Instagram and beyond. And trust me, there's some seriously glamorous outfits to look forward to this week. Plus, I'm going to be joined by Rosebie Morton, founding director of The Real Flower Company, who's going to be giving us a Christmas wreath tutorial. If you're not feeling festive yet, you will be very soon. But first, it is festive season, whether you like it or not. And we wrote a piece on site about how to be the perfect guest over the festive period. These included tips like trying not to cancel. I mean, you're not really a guest if you've cancelled, are you? But anyway, try not to cancel, never arrive empty-handed, and make sure to mingle, keep your phone in your bag, that kind of thing. So I want to know, what are your top tips for being a good guest? Laura, I'm going to come to you. I feel like you're always full of words of wisdom on this kind of topic.
I don't know about that. I think it depends whether you're a guest for the evening for a drinks party, whether you're coming for the weekend. I think it totally varies. Arriving empty-handed is just a no-no. Always bring wine. I think if there's two of us and it's Friday night, we always take two.
So like wine and flowers or something else?
Either wine and flowers or 2 bottles.
Okay.
And then I think if it's a weekend, we've recently had friends to stay, and my friend it was so relaxed because she was almost one step ahead of me with just helping. I didn't have to think about anything. She was almost unloading my dishwasher before I was anywhere near it. And
sweet.
it was just, when she left, it was just so, I just felt like we'd had such a lovely time because it was shared.
I feel like you should behave how you would like somebody to behave in your own home, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
Georgina, what do you do to be a good guest?
Well, I think it's interesting when you've got, if you're going to stay with someone, and especially if you're coming with your kids and they've got kids. When I go, I always try and take something for the other children, just try and take the load, when they're little, do bath time for all the kids so that the hostess can get on with preparing dinner or what she wants to be doing. And I think just preempting things like the dishwasher, because if you ask someone, oh, do you want me to empty the dishwasher? Most of the time someone will go, no, it's fine, I'll do it. And you can see that they're trying to do so many other things. So I think just open it and start.
Equally on that, but I do think it depends how good of friends you are, because if somebody I wasn't that good of friends with opened my dishwasher and started downloading it, I'd be a bit like, oh, no.
But I do also, I think clearing the table is kind of what a step, like it's a bit less invasive than opening your dishwasher. But it's true, if somebody's like, oh, can I help? And like doesn't really have the intention of helping, of course you say no, whereas it's nicer to just start clearing, isn't it? Polly, any major faux pas that would really irritate you if a guest came over?
Yeah, I mean, not bringing anything, like you said, would be probably my biggest thing. You can just bring a bottle of wine, can't you? You don't have to spend loads. But yeah, I think just being a bit too overbearing while, if you're cooking and someone's like, oh, can I help? Can I do? But like, I appreciate the help, but if they're being a bit like, oh, you could try this, or try putting a bit of salt in that would really irk me. So,
okay, fair. Keeping your phone in your bag was one of the tips. So like not being on your phone too much at the table. Are you guilty of this? Anyone?
Oh no, I'd never have my phone on the table if I went for dinner.
That's
no,
good. Okay.
I agree actually.
Good, great. Okay, glad we've cleared that up. And returning the favour, I thought was another interesting one.
The point on this actually quite scared me because it said you should return the favour within 6 months. And I have to say, I'm a bit guilty.
And also there are some people who don't necessarily, they're not the people that you hang out with in 6-month intervals. So I think that's fair. We've got some friends who we had over for dinner around New Year's last year, and we've yet to be invited back. And actually it kind of like, as every day goes on and the invites aren't extended, it actually irritates me a bit.
Yeah,
I do know what you mean actually.
Yeah, not that I'm bitter, but it's a bit, I think it's rude. If somebody's made the effort to have you over for dinner, then you should be returning the favour.
Yeah, I agree with you actually there.
Thank you so much, good. Okay, well, if you want more tips on how to be a good host, then have a look at the piece on the site. And we're going to have a piece coming up about how to be, that's how to be a good guest.
Exactly.
And we're going to say how to be a good host.
Exactly.
So there's no excuse for any errors over the festive period in the next few weeks. Okay, we're going to move on and talk about Instagram. The Guardian has released the 10 Instagram posts that have defined the decade. That's because 2020 is the 10-year anniversary of Instagram, would you believe? So we're going to have a look at some of those top 10 posts from over the last decade. The very first picture was obviously in 2010, posted by one of the app's co-founders, Kevin Systrom. He took a picture of a dog lying near a taco stand. It's not great by today's standards, is it?
It's not polished, is it?
It's not. It shows you what the iPhone can do these days. And the caption was just test. And then the most romantic picture, I think the Guardian have kind of I think they've decided it's the most romantic picture. This is from 2014, and it's Kim Kardashian and Kanye's wedding picture. I don't think it's very romantic.
It's a wedding. It's a wedding photo.
It's a wedding photo.
Having a kiss.
Some famous people.
The Kardashian Jenners really feature quite heavily a lot in this list, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, they've been very seismic for Instagram, haven't they?
It's true.
Because this actually says that Kim's post broke records at that time as the first picture receive more than 2 million likes. But actually now, the Kardashians get like, that's nothing for them, exactly. The most copied picture, another Kardashian. In 2015, Kendall Jenner received 3.5 million likes with that picture with the hair in her hearts, which I think Bella and I might try and do later because it's cool. We're not busy at all here right now, so we'll do that this afternoon. And going on to the most liked picture in 2019, which was the egg. The egg, which broke the internet. These were a team of, they were anonymous at first, but we have actually met the team behind the egg. And they set out to beat Kylie Jenner's record of the most liked Instagram post ever. And they smashed it. The picture of just a mere egg has 53 million likes and remains the most liked photo on the platform. Anyway, sorry, that was a lot of spiel. So I want to know, what do you think of the list? What are the most iconic pictures for you? Everyone on Instagram. Polly, Instagram queen.
Yeah, I mean, this list for me maybe isn't my list of very influential, amazing pictures because I'm not a massive like Kardashian Jenner fan, but I did quite like the picture with the hearts in the hair. So I'd be quite up for trying that with you later, basically.
I look forward to the experiment.
But the one with, we were talking about this earlier, weren't we, with Scott Disick and how he'd like copied and pasted a caption which had obviously been sent to him by the PR, the brand, saying, okay, at this time, please post this caption, and he'd put that in his caption. So
he copied the entire body of the email into...
On purpose?
No, purely by accident. So it was a sponsored post, so he was supposed to put, everybody go and buy blah, blah, but instead he posted, at 4 p.m. today, make sure that you post on your Instagram, everybody go and buy blah, blah.
Yeah, quite embarrassing.
Yeah, real
apparently Little Mix did it as well, like a couple of months later, so
and
always check.
Is that pre-hashtag ad was introduced?
Yes, it is.
So this is when people were reading things assuming that this was a kind of true, heartfelt post.
Yeah. Well, it was in the I don't think it was quite at the beginning, so I think people were probably clued up. Like it was in the last few years.
But isn't it only 2016 that was introduced?
Sponsored posts. Yeah.
That blows my mind.
I know.
It feels like
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And the fact that Instagram now has 1 billion users, like I know these things evolve, but it's just so hard to imagine that a life without Instagram. I can't imagine it ever going away.
I know, it's only been around 10 years, which still also blows my mind.
Yeah, I know. Has anyone got a favourite post ever in mind? I think that's very difficult.
Yeah, I think that's
I can't think of
Probably something to do with a dog.
Another one,
something cute.
Another one which I'm really surprised didn't make the list was, do you remember when Beyonce announced that she was pregnant and she was like in that weird veil with all the flowers? That was quite a big one.
Yeah, that was a big one actually.
Anyway, if you've got any of your favourites for all time, please post the links actually in the show notes below because maybe we'll compile our own list of our favourite Instagram posts ever. Okay, it's Black Friday on Friday. It's what feels like Black Week, Black Month. There's a lot of sales going on right now. So I want to know, with all the promotions going on, what are you buying for Black Friday? Laura, what's on your list?
Oh, I've been quite organised this year.
Okay, meaning?
Got my list. I just have sort of put the feelers out of what people would like, and the offers have already started rolling in.
So you're using it for Christmas present purchasing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not for myself, for Christmas presents. I actually ordered 2 this morning. I'm feeling quite smug.
Right? Yeah, well done. Very organised.
for you.
I think it's quite good that they launch a bit earlier because it means there's no that mad rush.
It's not the panic where it used to be all those elbows at the door.
It's true.
Might be a sign of
Have
the
you
times,
ever been shopping on Black Friday, like in real life? I've never done it.
I haven't done anything worse.
No,
it's not.
I've done the Boxing Day sales before.
Have you? What was that like?
My tip is, if you're going to do them, go like Selfridges, for example, on Boxing Day. It's open till like 9 p.m. So I went at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Very civilised and still a lot of good deals.
Or do it online.
Yeah, order it online. Like a sane person. Georgina, what about you? Any Black Friday deals?
I haven't really scoured yet, but I think I will definitely start looking through the list. I'm just sort of still in denial that it is actually Christmas.
Creeping up.
But I know that I need a new microwave and a couple of things that I think we need in the house. So yeah, I will look for I'm thinking more down the practical, appliance-led route. So nothing for me at the moment.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but Amazon are like the original purveyors of Black Friday. Is that correct? Or I don't know. I feel like they're the kind of OG.
Yeah, because it came over from the States. As a concept. So I feel like you're right. Amazon must have brought that.
Yeah, I think so. So I feel like I'm the same. I need a TV. I need a new TV. So electricals, good one for Black
Yeah.
Friday. Polly, what about you? I feel like you've definitely got your eye on some fashion picks.
Well, actually, do you know, I don't feel like this is the time to be buying stuff for myself, though I do like buying things for myself usually. But I think I need to rein it in, and I think I'll be buying some bits for other people. It's a good time, isn't it, to get presents for others and get a bit of a discount. But we'll see on the day if anything catches my eye. Maybe I'll treat myself.
Okay. Well, I think the tip is, I mean, most brands, in our experience, are doing X% off everything. Aren't they?
Amazing.
It's amazing. So get your bag prepared now. This is what I've said this before. This is what my dad does on Mr. Porter. Puts his entire bag together and then just waits, and it just like all goes into sale, and you just
Such
press purchase.
clever.
So even if your favourite brand hasn't gone into sale yet, then start doing it. Okay, finally, another small thing going on at the moment is the general election, and today is the deadline to register to vote. You have to register before 23:59 p.m. tonight, and more than 300,000 people applied to vote in just one day, I think in the last week, which is the largest ever pre-deadline surge. So either people feel quite passionately about this one, or we're just spreading the message more that you should be registering, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah, I think it is definitely a good thing. I think Stormzy shared something about registering to vote yesterday, and 47,000 people registered after he posted that.
Seriously?
So, yeah, it's a really
Wow.
big deal. And I think it's really important that people do exercise their right to vote, even if they don't know who to vote for. Yeah, I feel a bit unsure, but I think it's important to do it.
Absolutely.
And also, you absolutely should vote, but you can't vote if you don't register. So even if you're not sure and you don't even know if you do want to vote, at least register, and then you've got a few weeks.
And if you
to
can't
decide.
get to the polling station, then today is the last day to register for postal vote.
Yes, and so both of you have done a postal vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because, why?
Just easier for the day. I've got to get children to school, get to work.
It's true.
Yeah, and I have
just
had
being
one
nice.
year where I didn't get to the polling station.
Oh, no.
And I was years ago, and I was so upset, and I just thought, right, if I do the postal vote, then I know I've got a week or two to get my vote in.
And it's
Exactly.
easier. Great,
Smart.
okay. Well, make sure you get out and register to vote, so at least we can all have our say in yet another general election. Okay, this is much more my kind of topic. Up next, we're going to be talking about Style Watch. Don't go away.
What are we doing today?
We are about to go into the aisle 8 press day.
Oh, that's cool. Loving a bit of vinyl at the moment. They're really cool.
We do amazing dresses, prints, colours.
This is a bridal collection.
Penny, who's the creative director and founder, created it purely because when she got married, all she could find was like a big dress.
Christmas party wear collection, which looks really fun and fabulous. Lots of velvet, lots of sequins. Look at that. Amazing.
Where are we today?
Doing a bit of market research.
What kind of shops are we going to go to?
All sorts. Loads here.
Got my favourite up here.
Cardigan Vulture, Bash, Marge, Sandro, Ethan King. Go all the way down to Duke of York's, might want to Zara.
Oh!
That is what I want to be wearing today.
I quite like the size of the hood.
It's a good size hood, isn't it? It needs some ears.
I know, that's what I was thinking. You look like Bungle. Remember Bungle?
Oh, Zippy and George. I didn't expect I'd like it that much. So many new glasses brands. To the extent we're doing a roundup. SL Mag. This is why you have to come out.
Where are we going now?
Bash.
Let's do it.
Love this. I've got this in white. How nice is that? For the evening. Look at these. How cool is that?
What's that foundation?
Yeah, amazing.
How do you feel?
Slightly self-conscious.
Yeah, you suffer your art though, right?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah, sequins are here.
Welcome back to Style Watch, the segment where we bring you our favourite looks from the celebrity and influencer world. Let's get straight to it. First up, we have Emili, Sindlev and Lucy Williams, both influencers, wearing Rotate PVC, no less. PVC, pleather.
Bold.
Bold.
Very bold,
Yeah,
yeah.
so they are, mini dresses, a lot of ruching, off the shoulder, big sleeves. Polly, fan?
I mean, yeah, you sent Lucy Williams' story to me the other day, and we were just like, oh my gosh, she looks insane in that dress, and she does look incredible. It's not maybe the most practical piece, but it's definitely got that kind of swoon factor with the giant sleeves and the ruching and stuff. So yeah, really cool. But I think I would love it more if it wasn't PVC. I wasn't sure that I knew it was PVC when I first looked at it. I thought it was more of a chiffon material, but it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty wow. It's more is more.
Yeah.
It's not appealing to kind of Joe Blogs, is it?
No,
But
it's pretty out there.
if you got legs like that and skin like that.
Well, I was going to say, I
out.
think a spray tan would be in order
Yeah,
for a white
exactly.
PVC dress, but it's only 30 quid for a spray tan, so why not? Laura, there's a lot of this kind of style around, isn't it? We were just before we came back on air talking about Zara and all their fun party pieces. I think you say it's not for Joe Blogs, but I actually think that this kind of really out there party style is kind of more and more acceptable now.
The big sleeves, definitely. I still don't think it's the easiest thing to wear, you've got to be quite small to be able to carry off that kind of enormous volume on your sleeves. But yeah, I mean, if you want to try it, go for
knock
it.
yourself out. Well, we've got a Zara alternative coming up on screen for you, so there you go. Cheaper alternative. Okay, number 2, another. This is party style, a different kind of party style. This is influencer Georgia Tordini, influencer and founder of the Attico, which is the most amazing Italian party wear brand, wearing a little black dress and some pretty mega boots.
So mega.
Laura, you're into this one.
This is talking to me.
This is more your kind of party style. What is it you like about it?
I love the simplicity up top with, I mean, they're essentially just black boots, but then just with that wow on top of them, with her legs, with her skin, with her dark hair, it's just all black, all simple, but I think she looks amazing.
Sensational, doesn't she?
Polly, we were joking yesterday because Lou has offered to craft a pair of fluffy pyjamas for Polly, so perhaps this can be her next challenge.
Yeah, anything feather trim that I love, Lou is like, you could just make that yourself. Just get someone. I'm like, Lou, I've never made anything in my life.
She talks a big talk. I think we need to see some evidence of this. But anyway, according to Lou, you could just replicate the look DIY style.
Yeah,
so,
a bit cheaper.
Yeah, if you're handy with a sewing machine, can you sewing machine boots?
If
you're handy with
glue gun.
with a glue gun, there you go. But yeah, get yourself down to Hobbycraft. Alternatively, you can have a look at Office, who have a pair, and again, coming up on screen for you now. Okay, look number 3. Actress Hannah Arterton was spotted wearing The Vampire's Wife. This is like a lilac, metallic-y style dress. I absolutely love this. Polly?
Yeah, insane. The Vampire's Wife's dresses have just got this really kind of cutesy but really classic and amazing quality to them. They're obviously not cheap, but God, they're insane, aren't they? And she looks amazing in it. I love the metallic element to it, and she's going kind of all metallic with all her accessories as well. She's really kind of going
I love
for
that matchy.
Me too. Laura, you weren't such a fan of this look.
It's not my favourite. I'm not sure the colour is great on such a pale skin, but I love the kind of matchy of the metallic. I think the shape kind of would suit so many shapes.
Yes, it is really universally flattering, and a lot of high street brands have now been doing that shape, haven't they? Polly, you disagree, you love it.
I do love it, yeah, and I think her whole, she's got that little bob haircut that's quite sort of old-fashioned's the wrong word, but kind of retro. And the dress is fairly retro-inspired as well, so I think the whole look as a whole is great.
I think The Vampire's Wife is so good for modest party wear and for starting a trend for modest party wear. So we've seen the kind of really statement, slightly more revealing versions just now, but how lovely that you can dress in a more modest way if you wish. Okay, next up, Jenna Dewan, wearing Giorgio Armani. I love this. What about you guys?
So great, doesn't she? She shows that, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you have to forfeit looking absolutely banging.
She just is glowing in just every sense, isn't she? The whole look is just...
It's amazing. How do we feel? She's got a red lip and a bright pink dress. I love that combination. Yeah. So nice.
I think almost if her lips weren't red, it wouldn't look nearly as cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of what takes it a bit more fashion, a bit cooler.
I agree. Are we into hot pink for party wear?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's a bit more exciting maybe if you want to make more of a statement than pale pink, and I think that's what makes this dress so amazing is the bow detail. The really hot pink. I think it's just really super cool. And
there's a lot of bow detailing out there. I hate to keep harping on about Zara, but a lot of big bows at Zara now. So if you want to get the look, then check it out. Okay, I mean this is I'm going to put it out there. This is my favourite of the bunch. This is Viktoria Rader. She's at Vicky and the Kid on Instagram, and head to toe, not one for people who aren't into pink, but she is wearing this head to toe pink look, pink blazer, pink dress. Pink sunglasses, pink bag. What do we think? Polly, you put this in the streets, so I'll get the look. Today's
to talk about, matchy being great. I think this is another great example of you can wear all one colour, but she's going for different shades, so it breaks up the all pink vibe. I think I love the ruffles. I love that she's kind of, made it a bit more masculine with the blazer. Exactly. It's just so
think
cool.
That's where it's cool.
Yeah.
She's kind of put the boxy blazer over her shoulders and
so
just kind of taken it down a notch, hasn't she?
Yeah. So if you want to do, is it any colour head to toe, or is it because it's pink that you need to find that high-low balance?
It's also the different shades of the pink that I think makes it so cool. I think if that was all one colour, it would look a bit kind of matchy, a bit feminine and perhaps a bit twee.
Sure.
It's the fact that she's gone for the different shades. The different, the structured blazer with the ruffles and the fur just looks Very cool.
I think the sunglasses
Yeah,
make it as well, doesn't it?
I
You need
was
the
gonna
kind of the really high fashionness of the sunglasses
Exactly.
to balance it out.
Yeah.
I love that look so much. Okay, well, and actually, we put a couple of alternatives in the show notes below, but if you want to get the full look, then have a look at Street Style Get the Look in today's newsletter on site. We can link that in the show notes below to get the entire look because it's excellent. Okay, finally, B. Shaffer, daughter of Anna Wintour, who's therefore unlikely to ever get it wrong, was spotted wearing Alexander McQueen to the Evening Standard Theatre Awards this week. What do we think?
Yeah, I like this. I'm not like
resounding.
I'm not totally sold on it, but I love the lace detailing. But I'm not totally sold on the kind of side cutout.
See, I don't mind the cutouts. I like that it's quite demure up here. The cutouts make it a little bit more sexy, a bit cooler. I'm not wild about handkerchief hemline.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
And that's where for me it's just I don't love it. I think she looks gorgeous, but it's the hemline that kind of ruins it a little bit for
Perhaps
me.
it's making a comeback. Who knows?
Exactly, watch the space.
Exactly. I think the waist is very clever because it creates that silhouette where it's got the kind of V and then it goes out, creates the illusion of a very tiny waist and wider hips. So yes, it's a good deceptive cut, isn't it? And scraped hair and big earrings
I love
with
that.
a high neck.
that
Think
does
it's all
look
okay?
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
not
that.
too
That
much.
works.
No.
Yeah, I agree. I think it looks great. Okay, and you found an alternative. Actually, self-portrait, good one, Polly. You found that alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is quite self-portrait, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, lovely. Well, thanks both. Next up, I'm going to be back with Georgina. We're going to be learning how to make Christmas wreaths from an expert. You won't want to miss it.
Hey guys, I'm Lisa and it is officially my favourite time of year. It is party season. So today I'm going to be showing you how I style my hair for all of the parties I'm going to be going to. And I'm going to be using my absolute favourite wand. It is the GHD Creative Curl Wand. All my hairdresser friends are out there thinking there's a much easier way to do that, Liz. So you want to make sure that you're curling away. So what you'll see I'm doing here, curling the hair. Am I doing it right? Yes. The hair away. For me, rather than using a brush, I find the easiest way to style my hair is actually to use my fingers. So lift and slowly spray as you drop. I'm just going to take one pump, that's all you need, into the hand. Rub it in. Smells gorgeous. As it's party season, we're going to add a bit more bling. I mean, any excuse for me, but you know, a bit of sparkle is perfect at this time of year, and there's so many amazing hair accessories out. So I'm going to take 2 hair clips like this, really easy to use.
As soon as the wreath is hanging on the door, you know festive season is officially here, and what better way to get into the spirit of things than by creating your very own this Christmas. I'm joined by Rosebie Morton, founding director of the Real Flower Company, who's here to show us how to create your very own unique wreath at home. Welcome, Rosebie.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. It's a shame that it's not smell-o-vision. We always end up saying this because it smells absolutely incredible in here today. So first up, number one rule for creating your own wreath at home, what should you know?
I think it's just a question of what you want to put in your wreath. So do you want to go wild? Do you want to go very formal? You know, is it all about scent? Is it very traditional?
Yeah.
Do you want to go glittery? Anything goes.
Okay, so you can go as kind of out there or as traditional
Absolutely.
as you like.
Yep.
Okay. And obviously here we've got, it's mostly foliage, isn't it? Can
Yep.
you use fresh flowers in a wreath?
You certainly can. I mean, fresh flowers probably don't last as long, but obviously they're not going to last as long. You can make your wreaths now and they'll keep till Christmas if you look after them. I would recommend if you want to use fresh flowers, putting them in at the last minute.
Okay.
So like the week before Christmas.
Okay, and they will last a week, will they?
If you look after them,
Okay.
and then if they're not on a front door with sort of wind and rain crashing, they will do.
They'll do okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so you just need to give them a little spritz of water. Do you?
Exactly.
Okay, we've got a gorgeous fresh flower one to show you once we're finished. There's a bit of what we made earlier situation going on here. So let's get straight to it. Georgina and I are going to create our own. Rosebie, what have you done here? What is this?
Basically, you start with just a metal thing. What I've tried to do for you guys today is to go natural, because I think there's such a push to go for environmentally friendly, no plastic. If you've got a very smart front door, obviously plastic is a bit safer because it's not going to blister your front door or anything. But I think this is a really nice way of making a natural wreath. And this is sphagnum moss. And all you do with this is literally just roll it like a sausage. It's a very tactile business.
Okay. And so where can you buy one of these
You
from?
can go into
light,
it. Yeah, it's very light. It's literally just a bit of metal. You can go into any flower shop.
Okay.
Or a wholesaler if you've got a wholesaler.
Sure.
Buy that.
Do you soak this first to
The sphagnum moss
retain
actually
moisture?
comes quite moist anyway.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is because it's it's been picked. It's pretty soggy, so it hasn't really had time to dry. If it's very dry,
it feels quite damp,
Feels
doesn't it?
damp.
Yeah.
If it feels dry, just give it a bit of a spritz or a little bit of water on it. And you need a wire thing like this, which you can buy in any wholesaler or florist. And all you're doing is putting your sausage on your wreath like that.
Okay, giving it a squeeze.
And
Georgina,
giving it a squeeze.
You were saying that if you've ever had one before, you would expect that you would create like one of those kind of foamy things where you stick it all in.
I think they're called an oasis. Is that right? And it's sort of
it's
wet.
a floral foam, and and that's absolutely fine. I mean, the issue with floral foam is that people are trying to get away from ruining the environment. So they're trying. So this is a much more environmentally
lovely.
But floral foam is fine. And in fact, they've brought out a much more biodegradable one, so you can use that. And that you just soak, and then you can put your things straight in it.
Okay.
But
so either way,
it's the same principle.
Cool.
And all you do here is literally just wrap a bit of wire around your wire base, and then you start wrapping it around the sphagnum moss. And this is, as I say, we haven't got loads of time.
No, we're going to do it.
So we're going to crack on.
We've made some pre-made ones here.
Yep.
Thank you for doing the mess of it for us.
We'll put that over there.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So it's then a question of just getting, if you're lucky enough to have a garden and you've got a few things like, this is cryptomeria, which is really lovely and soft. If you've got bits of foliage you can use in your garden, that's fine. If you haven't got a garden, nip down to either your wholesaler or a florist shop, and you can buy, lots of bits. You don't actually need that much. So if I move this over...
You've also got rosemary and that kind of... I mean, get yourself to your greengrocer as well.
Yes,
a bit of everything,
Everything goes.
And when you're putting your foliage on, should you start with... If you're layering and building up, do you start with kind of bigger branches and leaves first and work?
Let me show you. I'd start...
Sorry, should we get this all down?
Let's get it all round. Okay. Move it right over.
Oh, it does smell amazing.
It does smell so good. Let's just watch that we don't move the island too much. Yeah.
So first up, I would grab a bit of spruce like that. So you grab a bit of spruce, and you're just going to make a little bunch, basically. So a bit of cryptomeria like that. So let's give you a bit.
Okay.
Let's move that some over there.
This is where my terrible arts and crafts skills are going to be outed on YouTube.
And then a bit of this is viburnum tinus, which we've got quite a lot of. All this is grown on our farm in Winchester, near Winchester.
Okay.
In St Albans, so we've just picked this morning.
Great. Is that too big?
No, that's fine.
That'll do. Okay.
You both need a pair of scissors.
Oh yes.
So you grab your scissors.
Thank you. Would you like a pair as well? Hang on, there you go.
Yep, actually, I'll probably be shocked if I use those because there's the ribbon scissors. But
sorry.
We'll just carry on.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Chop the ends like that.
Okay.
And then get them onto your... That's it. It's probably a bit solid. Don't worry if it's too...
This will stick. There we go. This is a hard one. I'm left-handed,
you probably
so that's very
don't.
difficult.
And then you're going to put them... So if you're left-handed, you'll go that way, like that.
Okay.
And then you get your wire just here and wrap it round like that.
Okay.
Wrap it round it once, or twice, just to be. You've obviously done it before.
Yeah, I was about to say. Why is it no surprise? You're very good at this, Georgia. Next to it, okay.
Yep, basically.
So you start creating these little bunches.
And you're going to work all the way around, same direction.
Okay.
So and you will tuck. I mean, I normally go that way, and you normally tuck. Yeah, just your next bit. You can keep that on there like that. That's fine. Okay. So don't worry to chop the spruce.
Sure.
You're going to end up with arthritis in your hands.
Okay.
And end up with appalling hands like mine.
Okay.
So literally more little bunches.
And you just keep going.
Keep going.
All the way around.
And you can use, this is something called sinatio, also known as brachyglottis, which sounds like some weird throat infection.
It does a bit.
And then perhaps some rose hips.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Which one's the rose hip?
That's a rose hip.
Oh, sorry, right. Terrible. Okay, there we go.
That's fine. Okay,
and then when you're building, can you then, for things you want to add at the end, like flowers or pine cones or herbs, do you go and do another layer?
The herbs, no, do it at the same time.
Okay.
So if you want to use herbs now, you put a bit of rosemary in.
Okay.
And go quite wild. It doesn't have to be...
I didn't trim.
Okay, so that's right. It doesn't really matter to be honest. Don't worry.
It'll be okay.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. But I would try and... You're going quite... I would perhaps go a little bit more solid because otherwise you're going to have a big gap there.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean? So if you sort of load a bit more in there.
And also, I suppose you shouldn't really be afraid to kind of be abundant with it because that's the fun, isn't it?
It depends on the look that you're trying to achieve, but I think the more wild, the better. So, and actually, bits sticking out.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter. It's it can kind of go anywhere.
And so if you
want the rose tips, if you put the old rose tip in there.
And you
That's
can
also
have it
lovely.
kind of fanning and really
You can
go for it.
go mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And use bits of branch and all those sort of things.
I'm trying to arrange
but
it so they
actually,
can see.
things like the lavender are just great in it because it's just having some scent.
Smell amazing. Yeah, and we've got Georgina. Would you like a pine cone for yours as well?
yes,
Here you go.
I would.
Pine
Some of
cones
those
you
around.
put in at the last minute.
Oh, sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Quite all right.
Getting ahead of myself.
Pine cones, they're just wired, so they've got a bit of wire which you've wrapped around the pine cone, and then you do that, and then you're going to be able to poke it into the wreath when you finish.
And if you wanted something a little more kind of sparkly and glamorous, what kind of would you? Not that this isn't glamorous. This is fabulous.
but it's not sparkly.
Yeah, something on the more sparkly side. What would you recommend? Would you use different types of foliage, or would you just kind of build it up at the end?
I would go slightly more formal foliage. I would go I wouldn't go quite so wild.
Yeah.
I would go much more, closer. And the one we've done at the end we'll show you.
Okay.
Which is perhaps more silvery.
Sure. I'm being told like that. Georgina, you need to hold yours up a little bit. There we go. Thank you. That's
this
okay.
is beginning to take.
And it's quite fun the way it's sort of quite wild.
Oh, yours is
coming out.
lovely. Okay, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with yours.
I don't think you can go wrong. I think that's what's so lovely.
Yeah,
about it.
exactly.
And then
You
you
can't.
can either shove something else in or...
Shoving is absolutely fine. And actually,
it's a
anybody watching...
very specific term, shoving, when
Shoving,
it comes
yes,
to
got-
wreathing.
Shoving,
Go.
posting doesn't matter.
If you're using flowers, and could you put in flowers and then remove the flowers if they're wilting and replace and replenish
One of the things
through the month?
One of the things you can do with flowers, and particularly things like roses, if you want to use roses, is put them in a little pipette of water,
Right.
and then stick the pipette in, and just put a bit of
clever.
wire around it, and then you can keep it topped up. So that's quite a clever way.
That's really clever.
And actually, one of the things we send out probably about 650 wreaths every December.
That's a lot.
And a lot of people will buy a rose wreath at the beginning of December, and then they will ask for a top up just before Christmas.
And so they bring it back to you and...
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't bring it back to us so much as actually just get some more roses sent out.
Sure, and then they
just pop them in their pipettes, and then in they go. So literally anything goes. It
Do you
really
notice
does.
a big change in trends with wreaths? Are there particular colours or styles, or is the traditional?
The traditional ones always seem to really keep going.
Yeah.
What we have noticed is probably that wreaths happen much more during the year as well.
Oh,
so people
interesting.
actually quite like dried wreaths, which can look beautiful with things like dried grass and
I
stuff.
particularly noticed around autumn as well. There's a lot of autumnal wreaths
Lots
around.
of autumnal and bigger ones as well. I mean, we make some really huge ones.
Yes.
In the shop, and
Fabulous.
it's amazing what people do. It really is. Cool. But this is just a sort of very natural, easy. Just pick from your garden look.
What kind of wreath are you going for this year? Something like this?
I will go for something like this, definitely.
Lovely.
But it'll be lastminute.com.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet you're bottom of the priority list.
very much bottom of the priority
And
list.
Rosebie, you've opened a new store today as well. A busy day for you.
It is a bit of a busy day.
So that's on the New King's Road.
That's on the New King's Road.
In London.
66 New King's Road.
Yes, okay,
so
noted.
Anybody who fancies coming along,
Great, that's where you can order your wreath from. And this is fun to do with kids, Georgina, as well. Have you ever done anything like this with the kids?
No, I haven't, because I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to Christmas decorations. But I think that,
you should get them into it.
Get them
Actually, there's
involved.
nothing better than, I don't know how old your children are.
11 and 13.
Oh, God,
so
they're
definitely
absolutely,
able.
I mean, I can remember doing
Just
this
whether I'm
age
willing.
5. We were literally doing it age 5, and I think that's probably why I've got so many, scars all over my hands.
Green-fingered.
But it's such fun.
It is such fun.
And does it really matter if
No,
it looks a little bit sort of... They
And
probably
then-
do just as good a job.
I think they do a better job, actually. And then when it's Christmas
getting on.
itself, you can bring it in, put it in the centre of the table, and add a nice candle or something in the middle.
Absolutely.
Use it for something else.
I mean, the only thing, the one that we're doing it on this natural base, I wouldn't put that on the middle of the table unless you put some plastic underneath it, because you're going to ruin your best dining room table.
Because it's quite damp, right?
Because it's damp,
Yeah.
yes. So a bit more.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've missing that. Thank you. Oh, there's something.
It's just a case of every little bunch is like its own
Slightly
little-
different, yes, exactly.
But you talked about the floral foam base. You can use that quite happily.
Yeah.
And it won't really upset your table.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of those actually with the hurricane lamps and so on. They're really popular.
And you can buy them at different sizes, presumably, as well.
you
So you
can.
could do some little ones along the table and then some bigger ones
it
as
can look
well.
beautiful.
And do people coordinate their wreaths with a tree? Is that a thing? Would you have matching?
Sure.
or-
Well, it sounds like Georgina probably
Yeah.
would.
I agree. It probably does, yes.
Maybe.
Silver.
Can I ask, once it's sort of done and it's
Yeah.
starting to look a bit, could you have a little trim? Because you kind of...
You can have a little trim.
Yes,
if that
tidy it up a
favours
bit.
you. You know, it depends what you're after. If you're kind of,
wonky.
you like things a bit. Yeah, no, it's looking good.
Okay, great.
Looks
Thank
like it's
you.
got a couple of ears, but we might just put a bit more.
Yes,
up in
yes.
there.
Well, we're running a little out of time, so I might start just adding... I'll finish this off camera.
Shall I show some of the beautiful creations that you've made, which I
That's a
think
good idea.
would,
Yeah.
show how
Educate
it's
ourselves a little
really
bit.
done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you grab the floral one, Georgina?
Yeah.
That's particularly amazing.
And can we
So
grab this
I think-
Yes,
one
absolutely,
as
grab it,
well?
grab it.
Because that's what yours would look
gosh,
like.
That's so pretty. How do you finally
So
how do you tie the bow? It goes all the way
we
around.
literally tie quite a long bow around there, and then as you tie the first bit, and then tie another bit through there.
Yeah.
And then make your nice bow, and then you can hang that on your door, and away you go.
So pretty.
beautiful.
And that one, I mean, that's so
Isn't
pretty,
this gorgeous?
So elegant. Yeah.
So
Really
what are the
lovely.
flowers in here?
So you've got it's mainly roses and anemones, and a few freesias in there.
Lovely.
And
a
some
bit of silver
majors.
twig.
Yes,
Oh,
and a
yes,
bit of
silver
silver twig. And silver twig's lovely. It's just silver birch, and it just looks so,
Yes.
you know,
I can imagine that
Decemberish.
with
and then,
the
Yes.
candle.
Yeah, it
So you really can do anything, can't you?
Anything goes.
Great. Okay. Oh, I don't
Just,
want to put this
you know,
in a
just
horrible place.
experiment. That's the way to go.
Thank you so much, Rosebie. I'm really
Pleasure.
excited to finish this off. I'm feeling very smug about my new wreath as well. Great. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Georgina, as well. Check out the Real Flower Company at realflowers.co.uk or visit their store in Chelsea Green or the brand new one that's opened today on the New Kings Road. We'll be back on Thursday with more great fashion, plus festive cocktails and foodie tips you won't want to miss. It really is that time of year, isn't it? In the meantime, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and tell your friends. Bye-bye.